Okay, this is my first ever YouTube video review of a Transformer. We have Venin right here, Age of the Primes, Venin. Really like this little dude. This is very nice. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Always loved the Insecticon look. And this dude is literally perfect in almost every way. I mean, they thought of everything. They even have dedicated locking tabs for his wings right here and here. That's where they go in if you want to lock them in. I like the way his legs sit on his back. Well, it's the back in the robot mode, but it becomes the underside of the fly. He even has a little proboscis. You can get at it if you untab his head. This is a case where I feel like they didn't miss any paint applications. I think he came out basically perfect. He even can hold himself up on his legs, and if you're a Beast Wars fan like myself, you know that's kind of a feat for any Insecticon. He even has a little 5mm port right here, so you can put him in a flying position if you want to, up in the air. So really one of my only big complaints for the fly mode, he comes packaged in robot mode, is I wish maybe the gun could have stored under here. You can put it down there if you move his head out of the way. But then he just kind of looks lopsided with this blade sticking out from the side. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal. He's almost perfect. Now, I'm not super familiar with his character, but I think it's a G1 character. I don't know if it's biblically accurate. I assume it is biblically accurate, but I'm not sure. But on its own, it's a great figure. I happened to pick him up today when I got the rest of the aerial bots. And man, I thought I would like him at least, but I really, really like him. It's almost Halloween too, so he has nice Halloween colors. Very charming little. He gives me strong Trans Metal 2 vibes, even though I think he's a G1 character. Yeah, the thing's very nice. The transformation's really quick and fun. I'm gonna do that. You take off his weapons, fold up his wings, get him out of the way, and I think you kind of just pull his arms up. I like to do it like this, just pull down on his elbow, right here. Then this part's pretty cool. You get his legs out of the way, his insect legs, his creepy crawlies. You lift that one up and you kind of push this one down. You don't snap it apart, you kind of lift and pull in the opposite direction. And then this sort of automorphs a little bit, I guess. Comes out kind of stiff like though, but if you get it, it'll pop out, and if your hand's right there, it'll kind of go where it wants to go. But you do that on both sides. Pull out his toes, or his foot, I guess. You kind of get his insect legs into position. And this part's really cool because the way his head looks, it doesn't really do anything but kind of fold up, and then you can put his proboscis down a little bit. If it's called a proboscis, somebody who knows insects is gonna tell me whether or not I'm right about that. I don't know if all insects have those or only butterflies. Somebody correct me. Let me know. But his arms are on these weird, they collapse inward into his chest. I don't know how well it's gonna hold up over time, but I don't mind it. He's only a deluxe. Very fun. And then there's a hinge that collapses into the back of his head, which is also the swivel for his neck. And that you can kind of just push down and it'll cover up the gaps somewhat in the back. And then you fold his arms down without his shoulder coming loose. And then these, they go backwards with the clip up. Fold his hands out. Fold his arms out. Yeah, I'm gonna put these to the side for a minute. We'll just look at Venin here. I love that. That's one of the best things I've ever seen. It's just perfect. The little trick with his head where it doesn't really transform at all. It just kind of folds backwards into the fly head. Something about him, dude. He just has a certain charm. It's one of the rare cases when I get a Transformer where I think they really put the paint in all the places it needs to be. He looks perfect. Even the open part in the back of his legs, I don't mind, because one thing about Transformers, when their legs are open in the back like this, you get that really deep knee bend. So you can actually put him down on his knees like he's taking a knee for Megatron or whoever he follows, but I'm gonna assume it's Megatron. And that's like an ultimate pose test when it comes to Transformers. Can they get down on one knee? The little dude's surprisingly poseable. He's very fun to mess with. You can even put him in a flying pose. If you want, you can give him a little Superman here. Let's give him a Superman. And he can even look up, which is even more rare with a lot of Transformers. Him actually being able to look up. On the Deluxe too, for $24.99, you cannot go wrong. You really can't. This dude's dope. I like basically everything about this. He's deceptively poseable. I like what they did with the insect legs on his back. I like how he has a toe bend here because of the transformation. I believe it's just for the transformation, but it does go backwards and forwards a little bit. There's a notch for his knee pad right here. This is open. Some people care about that. It doesn't bug me that much depending on the figure or the character. His arms can't really go down to his side because of the way his wings sit. He is slightly weird to stand up. You gotta fiddle with it a little bit, but when he does, he's not going anywhere. It would also appear as though he has light piping. I think you might be able to get some light down in there, but that's where the light would be going. If he did have light piping, maybe. Let's... little bit. That's a really nice details though. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. Oh man. But here, hold on. Let me get him nice and where I want him. Let's get him nice and posed up. He can't put his hands on his hips. Unfortunately, I was trying to give him. Here, we'll do this. We'll give him his knee bend pose. Let's have him take a knee for a second. Now, his blaster, I love it when they give a little Transformer like this an oversized blaster. I love it. I hate it when they're little like this and they give him a teeny tiny little pea shooter. This dude has a nice, healthy looking blaster, and he also has his drywall scoop. On its own, it looks kind of goofy. I mean, you can put it anywhere on him. There's a 5mm port. You can have it right here. You can have it in his hand. That's where it is in the instructions. You could probably store it on his leg. You can't get it in his back. There's not enough room. But if you put it on his hand like this, and you fold his hand in, I feel like that looks a little bit more natural. It's almost like Optimus's Energon X. That looks pretty cool to me. But when I was taking him out of the box and I was transforming him for the first time, I looked at the back of the box and I saw this. Now, when I saw the blaster, they had my curiosity. But when I saw this, they had my attention. That's very nice. A blaster that turns into an axe. I almost like this more than a blaster. You can even have them two-handed, like so. And for such a little guy too, with a big axe like this, man, that just looks too good. You can even put him on his little port and have him zipping through the air. This thing's basically perfect for a deluxe. Like, I love it. I have no complaints about this as far as posability, durability. He feels nice. For $24.99, if you like Insecticon Transformers who are fun, who have cool weapons, you're not going to do any better than this. The thing's perfect. I love it. All right, go out. If you're in the San Diego area, go to Toy Addicts. That's where I got him. I'm pretty sure you can find him online. Thank you for watching.